Hello and good morning. Welcome to another very interesting episode of your show on TV. This is CROSSFIRE. My name is Dr. Banjo, and I have with me on the show, as usual, Isioma Againe.
Good morning, Nigerians, and welcome to the show. Hope you had a restful night. Did you?
I drove in traffic for close to about 3-4 hours yesterday, and but I got home, eventually, and that's the most important thing, Every baby develops a little differently, even in the womb. This information is designed to give you a general idea of how babies develop in the first 6 weeks. I know Nigerians, every time you hear about 6 weeks, everything comes, to put together. The nose, the mouth, and the ears that you spend time to appreciate and time to kiss in 8 months' time are beginning to take shape. If you could see into your uterus, you'll find an oversized head and dark spots where your baby's eyes and nostrils are starting to form. His emerging ears are marked by small depression on the side of the head, and his arms and legs by protruding boards. His heart is beating about 100 to 160 times a minute, almost twice as fast as yours, and blood is beginning to move through the body. His intestines are developing, and the boards of tissue that will give rise to his lungs have appeared. His pituitary gland is forming, and are the rest of his brain, muscles, and bones. And this is what happened to a child that is just forming in the baby's womb. Nigeria postponed the elections for 6 weeks, and Nigerians are looking at the reason why elections have been postponed. INEC came up and gave good reasons, supposedly, that the security situation in the country is not adequate, and this would have to be verified and confirmed by the service chiefs. And at the same time, we were told that the PVC distribution and collection process is being slowed down by some bottlenecks, which INEC is working very critically at to ensure it is resolved. Yesterday, we started on a very interesting note, and we'll be continuing from there today. Hashtag Nigeria after 6 weeks. That's what we'll be looking at. Hashtag Nigeria after 6 weeks. Isioma, hashtag Nigeria after 6 weeks.
It's really important for me because a lot of Nigerians think the 6 weeks, everything should occur within the 6 weeks. But the truth is, the 6 weeks, after the 6 weeks, it holds either the future or destruction of
it's either the 6 weeks really matters, or the 6 weeks
would it give us the change we desire, people desire? Would it give us peace and tranquility? Would the elections be free and fair? What happens after the 6 weeks?
All right, because it's strictly not about the 6 weeks as well. A lot of things are expected.
I hope Nigerians can also focus on that primarily.
Because it's important. Also. It's very important. Hashtag Nigeria after 6 weeks. That's what we'll be looking at basically on our show this week. And it is expected that all our viewers will follow us very, very intensely. All we need to do is for each and every one of us to take a critical look at what is happening in the next 6 weeks as we approach the poll come March the 28th and 11th of April 2015. Yesterday, we discussed a couple of things that we expect to take place within the 6 weeks of postponement. One on the top of our list, which we'll just mention because we have a lot to really discuss on the show today. We talked about Boko Haram activity, the insurgency. Will it be crushed in 6 weeks? We looked at all the trappings, vis-a-vis the activities of the coalition between neighboring, states, nations, and then we looked at the reinforcement in the Nigerian army to face the insurgency. And, all of these are pointing to the fact that the activities of the insurgency keep on growing. Just like we hear, that the military are overcoming, at the same time, we see the insurgents, really coming up with new methods and methodologies and strategies of attacking and killing people.
There was one I saw, one of the, in fact, it's been everywhere on the front page of most of our newspapers, about one of the insurgents who dressed like a woman. And it was so hilarious. So you see that they've grown, and they're actually growing in wisdom, in their negative wisdom on how to be able to infiltrate. But we hope that hopefully before the elections, the activities will be curbed and at least brought to the barest minimum.
Hopefully.
To the barest minimum.
Hopefully. Again, yesterday, I mean, we're just trusting that the government will not fail Nigerians. I mean, having said that, 6 weeks will give us an opportunity to see either a total end to the insurgency in Nigeria, or at least it is curbed to the barest minimum.
But my issue,
for us,
my issue is, I like, a situation where our leaders can also think of the worst. Put in perspective, just imagine the worst happening. What if these insurgents, they step up their game times 10? What if the activities become so much more? Now, if based on what the whole idea of the whole postponement is security also being one of the issues, but if the activities of the Boko Haram set is not curbed, is not stopped, would we still have our elections? Would there be any cause to postpone the elections?
That's a very big question.
So I hope our leaders are having this at the back of their mind.
That we would have
so they
answers
can think of something
in
else.
6 weeks.
What else? Or should we still go ahead with the elections and then give focus, like what one of our guests said on the show, divide the nation, the elections, into regions. So, okay, this region you do your elections and we'll focus all security, in the nation on you guys. Make sure your elections, they are peaceful. Then later on, we'll keep the results. We'll move to another region.
Like in India, election process sometimes can take 6 months.
Exactly.
They do this one, they do another place, because it's a very densely populated
and it's credible.
country.
I mean,
all right, that's just okay. Ishama, yesterday we discussed also, I mean, why we are not downplaying the issue of the insecurity in Nigeria, especially as it has to do with the activities of the Boko Haram. We at the same time would not, I mean, there's no way we cannot talk about it enough on our show until we see the end to the insurgency in Nigeria. Yesterday, we discussed very seriously also about the INEC record in fact, as at yesterday evening, this record has improved to 76%. INEC is saying 76% of PVC distribution, and then we have no update on the 1 million PVC yet to be printed and planned to be distributed.
Let's assume they're being printed currently and will soon be in the country.
Okay.
For possible distribution.
And then it is very, very instructive that we use this platform once again to tell all eligible voters, all registered persons that are expected to vote in the forthcoming election to ensure that you use all the necessary trappings and platforms to get your PVC. It is very instructive, and we would still keep emphasizing it. And then we have a breakthrough. INEC came up with a mobile, technology platform for you to be able to find out, to make it really very easy for you to track your PVC and pick it up as soon as possible. And then in the course of the show, we'll be going there to really go through the steps again. And I mean, like I was told yesterday, I mean, we need to keep on telling Nigerians, about this platform so that people can pick up, because it actually worked. Yeah. A lot of people told me they've used it. I mean, somebody told me yesterday evening that he used it in the morning. They told him where he could find his PVC. He got there, and lo and behold, it was found. I mean, that means it is. We
still recall Usman, one of our callers, who called us yesterday on the show and complained. No, sorry, not Usman.
One of the callers.
One of the callers, yes. I'm trying to recall his name. But the one who called us from Ojo and complained about his PVC, how he went there and all of that. So, well, we hope we can also get through to the resident commission and see how we can forward your questions and issues, and then we'll give you feedback.
Okay. It is also very important that we tell you on the show that the latest date for pickup of your PVC, whatever situation notwithstanding, is still the 8th of March 2015. Very, very important. And then they kept on telling us that, I mean, and we're going there if we have time on the show. Yeah. I mean, somebody came out yesterday and they said it has been seen all over many countries in Africa that the use of the card reader has proven to be a very good tool to ensure that rigging and electoral fraud is committed, during an election process like the type that Nigeria, I mean, is prevented. It's prevented, like the one Nigeria is going to experience. But somebody came up yesterday and said that the card reader can be fooled. Anyway, we get there. I mean, we get there.
Does the individual have his or her proof.
Yes, now, he wrote it in details. I mean, we'll be coming there. We'll be coming there, okay.
Wow.
All right, but today, we're starting the show, Ishoma, on electoral violence and the role of the police. Electoral violence and the role of the police. I mean, for me, I mean, it is very, very important for us to use this platform to really ask, you know, the Nigerian police force if we are actually ready for these elections. If we're actually ready, and when I say ready, I mean, are we physically ready? Are we emotionally ready? Are we mentally ready? Are we psychologically ready? Positioned to actually provide security of lives and property as we approach the polls? Very big question in the mind of a lot of Nigerians. I told you about a friend of mine who told me he's already, you know, suffering apathy. I mean, political apathy is just a scenario where somebody is eligible to vote, but on the day of the elections, they refuse to go out to perform their civic responsibility. It has happened to me before. And sometimes it borders around security because you are not so sure of what you are even going to meet out there. Do you think the Nigerian police are actually ready for this particular exercise?
Well, so far we hope they're ready. But then we can only be 100% sure if we can have one of the security chiefs on our show telling Nigerians, we can't speak for them, but we hope they're ready. I mean, so far they've come out, you know, to say they're ready for the elections and we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do that. So we're trying to judge them by their words. But until they come on our show and address Nigerians also, then I think we can only but assume they're ready.
I mean, now considering the latest statement, I mean, one made last week, another one has been made this week, emphasizing, I mean, not particularly withdrawing or claiming, or I mean, disclaiming rather, the statement that it is going to be a ratio 1 to 20. For every police officer killed, there will be 20 civilians dead. Well, I mean, that was what the commissioner of the
If I
police
recall what he also said this week, he said their men will actually kill in self-defense. So Nigerians should also understand that, look, we do not want chaos. I do not see any reason why an individual, you're a civilian,
a group of people just
attack.
want to,
Why would you want to attack? Is it logical that you want to attack a law enforcement agent? Is it logical? Should it happen? No, because it's their primary responsibility to protect your life. Now, for you to attack, you know, a law officer, it means you have some evil thought. You want to take him out of the way so you can perpetrate your evil. Yeah. So then we hope if you do that and you're caught in the line of fire, do not blame anybody. But we also hope that security agents can also understand that even if these people try to attack you, the first thing, you shouldn't just kill innocent people. Why not to take down those who are constituting the nuisance? Act,
I mean,
and hold them responsible.
You will agree with me that Nigeria is a war-driven country. It's a word-driven country. We react to the way we take words, the way we react to words.
Hold on to words
we hold on to it very strongly. Do you think somebody in the capacity of a commissioner of police coming out to make, you know, such an inflammatory statement? I mean, this is, for me, even if what they have is a strategy to saying, police, why don't they go about educating the populace? Why don't they go about, electoral, educating the electorate? And the entirety of the nation, instead of you making a statement. Is that supposed to be a threat? I mean, really and truly, I sat down and I juggled this statement in my head, trying to, to make an excuse for whatever he has said, and probably give a justification that, okay, maybe this is what he is trying to say, or this is not what he's trying to say. But the truth is just that that kind of a statement should not be found in the public domain. It shouldn't. Of
course it shouldn't, but then
it shouldn't.
The damage has been done. The word
and yesterday,
has gone out.
It's still, even when journalists, spoke with him, he still did not deny. He's just saying that, believe you me, if any of my guys are attacked, they will fight back. It's going to be fire for fire. And for every police officer that is down, believe you me, he's not saying less than 20. He's not changing the word. 20 civilians,
no, but the truth is,
we pay for that.
We know it happens not just in Nigeria, but in other nations where a security officer is attacked. We know people will definitely have to pay. But the only well, the major issue
Must they
why
pay?
I'm
Can't people be
faulting-
wrapped? Can't people
Definitely.
be?
No,
Can't
that's what
can't
we're
people
saying
be
also.
wrapped up? Can't
Why
people
don't
be
they-
arrested?
why kill the
and
people?
tried properly?
Exactly.
And tried properly.
And use them as
and
scapegoats
sentenced
to others. That's
properly too.
That's
you know?
what we want. But now my issue, what I'm basically focusing on his statement is when you say 20 civilians will be killed or attacked.
How did he
who
come
are
about
these
that figure?
people? Are you talking about innocent people?
I think he
passerby,
cleared the air on
who
that.
were unfortunate to have been,
that
within.
it is whoever or whatever set or people that are responsible that they're talking about. It's not going to be like a shoot at sight.
But then we'll see situations where these bad guys have the ability to always sneak in their way. And just imagine if this happened within a neighborhood and the policemen were attacked there, and then the bad guys who committed the evil act, they've taken off. Then they will come back and pick up innocent people, residents within that community. That is my issue.
You see, the truth is just that if we go this route, there's no way innocent citizens of this country would not have to be affected in one way or another.
But that's what we're also
Even if it's just one victim, it's a Nigerian.
Of course.
It's a Nigerian.
A life should mean a whole lot to us. But that's what we're also saying, that, look, people should also be their brother's keeper. If you see anything negative, when you see negative people hovering around your environment, do not hesitate to always report their activities to our law enforcement agents. Let them be the one to, take them, round them up, and deal with them accordingly, according to the provision
that
of
we're
the law.
going to bring a lot of numbers that people can call when they. But I mean, we just didn't prepare for that today, Shoma. But notwithstanding, we will come out and give necessary numbers. I mean, to the police and emergency agencies that are necessary and that could be of use during the elections in case there is any need
before the elections,
during
the elections,
and even after the elections.
After the election.
All right. I mean, we've been having fun in the studio, and we hope that you are having fun too. We're going on a short break now, and then when we come back, we'll take this conversation to another level. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. This is still Crossfire, and as you can see, we'll be taking it easy in the studio, and that's because we know definitely that Nigerians need information, and that's all we are about, ensuring that we are rightly informed, we are electorally informed in preparation for the elections come March the 28th and April the 11th, respectively, as Nigerians vote in new presidential candidates and governors of states, and then members of the National Assembly. All right. At this point, we were basically, looking at the electoral violence and role of the Nigerian police. Now, another big question.
Yeah.
Do the Nigerian police, are they, like the first thing we said was that I hope they're physically, emotionally, mentally and psychologically prepared for the elections. And when I say that, I simply mean, they have been educated to ensure that, no drunk police officer is manning any voting pool or is posted to any environment.
But the truth is, this goes
we don't want
way
trigger
beyond
happy
education.
Police officers to
exactly. This goes way beyond education, because an individual can come up and stand here and say this, say this, say this, but for you, and particularly looking at the quality of security agents we have, I'm talking more about the police force. You see some of them, they wake by as early as 5 a.m. Many of them are already drunk. You see some of them holding their rifles so carelessly. And then you wonder, are these people disciplined and mentally now? For them to know that when I'm on duty, I'm supposed to exhibit some kind of characters, some kind of, that can also make the people have faith. Even physically fit
you see some of them for rapid response in case something is coming on, unexpectedly.
While alive. Like some of them are sleeping and they're like this. I mean, at the end of the day, and these are the same people who you put to man, a word. Look at this one. If there's any issue now, would this one be alert? or he will show up on that day already drunk.
And then when we talk about right ammunition being
issue.
provided, right ammunition being provided, you know, for them to man the whatever ward or the polling units that they are being posted to. Now the challenge is if we are not so sure that they are mentally, psychologically, physically ready to even provide the type of security in terms of quality and the sensitivity of the type of security we need them to provide, you know, during the elections. Do you think they should be armed?
Well, if you say armed, well, I believe they should be armed, but the ammunition should only come into play under extreme situations. If there's, you know, a crowd they need to dispel away. What happened to water cannons? What happened to the use of tear gas and all of that to you know, dispel the crowd?
Pepper sprays.
Pepper spray, well, of course, that will only come in if it's a one-on-one situation, because you can't use the pepper spray. You know, but then tear gas comes in handy. Water cannon comes. You can't tell me we cannot afford water cannon in this country. What happened to all the beaches and the rivers? It's water. Something that can dispel the people at that point is that make them, you know, harmless, make them completely defenseless.
Demobilize,
but then when you see,
just to demobilize.
Exactly, but when you see that these people are all battle ready, that's when your ammunition should come in. And it shouldn't be shooting to kill. It should be shoot to disarm.
I mean, the point is, if the people that are attacking are not particularly harmed, I mean, anyway,
exactly.
If you say they are not harmed, what if it's a gun to a machete?
Under that situation, under that,
even this time around, it's not a gun to a gun, really.
Even if it's not a gun to a machete, even if you want to dispel him and you decide to shoot him,
don't shoot to kill.
Exactly.
Shoot to demobilize.
To disarm. Not to kill. You're telling me you want to disarm. You're shooting him to the head, or you're shooting him to the heart, or you're shooting him
that
to a particular part. That is still talking
about being ready.
Exactly.
Are they really ready for this?
And also,
you know, I mean, if eventually what we're going to have as against the ratio 1:20 formula of the Commissioner of Police, what I would have expected is that, okay, people will be arrested. You see, the best thing that we can do is not to kill these people. It's for these people to be properly arraigned. And they show them on the television after the elections.
Use them as scapegoats.
You know, telling us that these are the people who were poised to disrupt the electoral process. And they have been arrested, and they will be charged to court, and whatever is their charges, they will be responsible. You understand? True. And we set a standard going forward for subsequent elections in Nigeria. Not that everybody will eventually develop apathy because you and I, we are not guaranteed, security. And
I was also expecting that we'll have CCTV cameras mounted everywhere.
That's too late. I said it on this program that our election process is still not technology based.
We have how many weeks left to the date of the election? If they're serious about the security of lives and properties of people, then there's no stopping. Nothing can stop them from doing this.
How come Professor Atayide had never really thought about installation of functional CCTV cameras?
Should this fall under the jurisdiction of INEC?
It should have suggested it. I'm not saying it should be. I'm saying that they could have prepared it for the elections. That's what I'm saying.
That you're saying on each word.
Yes. Do you know what it's going to cost?
It's necessary.
It's just going to be 150,000 CCTV cameras. That's all.
I know it's very necessary, Depo. But now you cannot also override the fact that they may also be violent, not generally within the voting unit. Also,
but as far as the election, as far as each word. As far as each word, all the pools are secured and we can capture everything that is going on there. We can discredit a couple of, where ballot boxes have been snatched
or being brought in.
Exactly, or being brought in, or where people are casting multiple votes.
I think
we can dispel, a couple of, activities that are not, that does not conform with it.
It's not too late to also make, bring this to the attention of INEC. INEC officials. Well, it's not too late.
Anyway,
if they can still order for.
This is hashtag Nigeria after 6 weeks, and it's getting so very interesting, in the studio, really and truly. There's so many questions that we want answers to. All right, Ishoma, because of time, let's quickly go to voters' education. Voters' education. We just talked about electoral violence and the role of the Nigerian police. Now, let's talk about voters' education. Now, my challenge here is that as a voter, as an electorate, what is even expected of me? INEC has not done it. Political parties have not done it. So how do you really expect people to know exactly what you are. Yeah, I don't know. We probably expect that they're witches and wizards and they should know what INEC is expecting. Not everybody have access to the internet to go to INEC sites to go and read up, the expectation of INEC about voters. A lot of people do not even know. Anyway, maybe 6 weeks is going to. Anyway, we are expecting. Don't forget that what we're treating is that we expect that this will be done within the next 6 weeks. That voters will be duly educated. People should know. And when we talk about voters' education, we're saying, that which is essential to ensuring voters are well informed and can effectively exercise their voting rights and express their political will on an election day.
But the truth is, I think I can't 100% call it an oversight on the part of INEC and all political parties. Because the truth is, forget your campaigns. Your campaign will mean nothing if on the day of the election, an individual, they do not know that when you're thumb printing, you should thumb print within the box provided for your political party, because
the challenging thing. The challenging thing. Aside from reruns of elections and elections in some states and in some wards where we have a confirmed electoral malpractices, and then elections are cancelled and are rescheduled to take place, and they go to sleep. Voters' education should continue. It's a continuous exercise.
It's super important because
it should be a continuous exercise, whether there are elections or not. Because there are always elections. If it is not on the federal level, it is on the state level,
or the local government
level. And you see, all of these things, they don't go at the same time anyway. That means INEC is busy almost throughout the 4-year period, of governance. And that means
that's how it should be. It should be busy all through.
It should be a continuous thing. Adverts, radio jingles, TV, promos,
particularly TV commercials, also showing the people. INEC should come out and teach the people how to vote on the election day. Tell the people that.
Have you seen any advert on the television of coming from INEC as the independent National Electoral Commission to showing or educating Nigerians that, okay, you see, I expected them, maybe as a television person, I'm visualizing what it should be. Do a proper promo. Somebody wakes up on his bed on Saturday, the election day, and he looks at the wall clock and it's 7:30 and the person dresses up because accreditation starts at 8 o'clock. Accreditation starts at 8 o'clock. Everybody is expected to go on a long queue, and then you do your accreditation.
Without the Nigerian time factor.
I don't know. So what is INEC doing?
True.
Are we really ready for these elections?
A lot of Nigerians do not even know the names of their preferred candidates or even the symbolism of the party.
Anyway, I'm going to kind of blame that.
They don't even know how to turn free. That is my major issue.
We have aged people. We have aged parents. All our aged parents.
That's my major issue.
That will be wheeled or assisted.
There's so many young people who do not even know how to turn print. Because if your thumb print crosses to another, it will become invalid, and your vote at that point will not count. So we hope political parties can come, and particularly INEC, teach the people how to vote properly.
Let's even assume INEC has not done enough. What political parties are they educating the people who they are expecting to vote for them? If a party has a population of 1.5 million following them and only 500 of them are educated, when I say educated, I don't mean they've gone to the university. I'm saying they have voters' education.
Upstairs,
they know that, okay, this is how to thumb print. Don't make sure it does not cross to the other line so that it does not make it void. You understand? And all of these things.
But do you know that that's one aspect. Another issue also that they should be able, INEC or this political party should also come out, because I remember we talked about this on the show. Some of the issue or the acts that can constitute offenses on the day of the election. On the day of the election, I see no reason why you should come up with an umbrella or a broom, or you should go about holding chicken in your hand and you're pointing to this. Or you come up with an outfit.
Electioneering are stopped by the day of the election,
but the truth is,
people are not saying it.
The sad truth is, it will still happen on the day of the election, and God help you if I catch you.
No, but the point is that is going to really incite a lot of things.
Of course it will. And
it's going to really, really get messy.
But now the issue is,
if we don't do something now, Nigeria within 6 weeks.
Within and after 6 weeks.
And after 6 weeks, seriously.
But now the issue is also, Dapo, should or shouldn't our security agents be also told some of these things, so that even if on the day of the election they see somebody putting up a cap or a pin-up or putting up something that's branded or synonymous,
I assume that's one of the trainings of the ad hoc staff of INEC is to guide the electorate, is to guide the voter, so that, I mean, we don't have virtually all voided votes in a particular word.
So wait.
I don't mean they tell them. I don't mean they will tell them vote here. I'm simply saying,
no, of course.
Okay, make sure, take your whatever, you're going in there now to go and cast your vote. Make sure that it does not cross to another line.
No,
make sure it's within the box.
I know they do, obviously, of course they always, but then we have a call. Let's take this call quickly. Good morning, Usman.
Hello, good morning. This is Usman calling from Kwara State.
Hi, Usman.
Yeah, Usman, good morning. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Very well.
Go ahead and make your point.
All right, thanks. We don't have power supply now. I do follow the program every day.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I made a contribution yesterday concerning the PVC, how to collect the PVC, which I sent the message to SMS.
Yeah.
So what I got from the message, I was not being told that the card is ready or it is among the 1 million that has yet to be printed. All I only got was that my credential, my details was on their database that I register in so place in Surulere.
Okay.
My name, my everything is there. So I wasn't told if it's ready or not.
Really?
Oh, okay. But have you been to where you registered?
To where you registered?
I'm in school. I school in Kwara State. I school in Kwara State.
Okay, but which of the Surulere? There's a Surulere in Kwara State. Are you talking about Surulere there or in Lagos?
Surulere in Lagos. Surulere in Lagos. Ayilara Street.
Okay, that means you have to come to Lagos
to
go to where you register to be able to pick up. I mean, the information you gathered
What I'm saying is this. In the message, I thought it should be included that
yes, it should.
Is ready or it is not ready.
Oh, okay. Anyway, this is noted.
Well,
we will communicate with the resident electoral commissioner. I mean, to see if there are more details that this platform can provide, for the voters.
Okay.
All right. This is noted, Usman. Thank you very much.
Please stay tuned, and then we'll hope that we can give you information.
Yeah.
Thank you, Usman.
We'll try what we can do. All right. So, so we were talking about, voters' education. Do you know one thing that I observed?
Yeah.
Ishoma? Millions of naira has been spent printing posters, running, TV jingles
and
television,
people.
Exactly. and yet we have spent very less on voters' education.
Pennywise, pound foolish. That's the answer.
Can you just beat that?
No, that's Pennywise.
And that's why you
foolish.
Wonder sometimes our elections. How will I put it? The politicians, do they really have people who are guiding them and people who are probably advising on what to do and how to go about it?
Well then, thank God for CROSSFIRE. Of course, we're telling them now.
Our phone lines are open and you can call into the show and let us know exactly how you feel about Nigeria before and after 6 weeks. Hashtag Nigeria before and after 6 weeks. So let's try as much as possible to make our own contribution on the show. We'll go on a short break now and we will take the show to the next level when we come back. Please don't go away. We are back. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to participate in the forthcoming election, and to ensure that I shun violence. I don't know about you.
Of course.
Violence is something we're saying a very big no to. And that's why we're using this platform to continually educate Nigerians, to let them know there is no life that is worth losing. And that's why we should shun anything that has to do with violence, anything at all. If you see a group and they want to make trouble, find your way out immediately. And if you have an opportunity, you should call, security agents and let the situation be arrested before it gets out of hand. You may not even know who is going to get hurt. It may be you, it may be someone that is very close to you.
Sure.
And that's why we need to do the needful. Now, we're talking about politicians having spent billions of naira into, printing of handbills, organizing rallies and doing campaigns and all of that. And yet, we don't have a platform where the people who are going to vote for them are being educated. Telling them what is expected of them, telling them don't fight, it's not worth it. We want your votes to count. So go all out and ensure that you participate and do it peacefully. All right, good morning, Olawale.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi,
how are
good
you today?
morning.
Fine, thank you.
And how is Ajabadore today?
Not bad, we're managing.
All right, great. Go ahead and make your contribution.
I'm trying to be updated. I do follow the Cool TV crew always, but I missed out some times back. So I don't know if you can update me about what's the outcome of Jega when he was summoned to the house. What was the outcome of their discussion there? I wasn't updated.
All right, I'll quickly do that. You may not necessarily have to stay on the line, but I'll say that immediately after you drop now. Now, Jega, went to the Senate and a lot of questions were asked. One of the major questions that they expected Jega to ask is to guarantee that every little thing that was considered for the postponement of the elections are particularly in place. One was the issue of the PVC. And the issue of the PVC was such that, okay, he explained to them, this is the percentage of people who have collected, this is a percentage we have with us that people have not been able to pick. And all right, so we will
And he also talked about the card reader also.
Yes, and he talked about the card reader, and then he told, anyway, we'll be talking about it in the course of the show, and all of that. Anyway, we lost that call. Now, so...
Okay, Hawa is calling.
Okay. Good morning, Hawa.
Hello.
Hello, Hawa.
Hello.
Good morning, Hawa.
Morning. How are you?
Very well. Good to hear your voice again.
Thank you. You're not doing bad this morning.
All right.
Thank you.
I wanted to contribute on the issue of this guy, this commissioner of police that said if one of them is killed, they are going to kill 20 innocent Nigerians.
Yes.
As a leader, he's not supposed to say so.
Correct.
And and the information is passing to his co-policemen. They are to act. Immediately one of them is harmed, which is wrong. He has to withdraw his statements. Because doing so as a leader, it will not inconvenience we the Nigerians. One of the bad ones can make mistake and he will run away. Meaning the 20 innocent Nigerians must pay for it. It's wrong, very, very wrong.
Very wrong. Thank you.
That is one.
Okay.
Sorry.
All
and
right.
I'm sorry. And my second point here is on the issue of these policemen trying to give security to we Nigerians. The policemen nowadays are not really doing their job. Believe me, because they are now citing a party. They are not doing their job as a policeman of Nigeria. They are citing a party. If what the president wants, that would be what they want. And I disagree. As our policemen, they should be neutral. They should not belong to any party. We other Nigerians have the right to belong to any party we want to belong to. But even if they have their own party, let it be in their mind. If they have the opportunity to vote, let them vote for who they want to vote for. But they should not imply that in their work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hawa. God bless you.
I mean, something that excites me about, about our callers, many of them are informed. They're informed. They are informed people. They know what is going on. They know exactly what situation should be like. And all of that. Just like I said.
Do you know what I'm also hoping? Because we have very intelligent callers. We also hope our callers can also tell other people, spread the word, tell people to shun violence also, and God will bless you as you do. Okay, so we have a call. John is calling us from Benin.
Hello, John. Oh, we lost that call.
So sorry.
We lost that call.
Please do call us back.
All right. Let's quickly go on here. What is expected of voters on election day? What are the things that are expected of voters on election day? One, voters are expected to wake up not to sleep and slumber.
True.
You know, by 8 o'clock, voters are expected to have queued up at their wards where they have registered by 8 a.m. in the morning. Accreditation is going to go on between the hours of 8 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Yeah.
8 a.m. and 1 p.m. because voting starts by 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, immediately after. So all you need to do is that when you have finished your accreditation, you go back home and rest.
Eat breakfast.
You know, eat breakfast and rest, and then come out again for the voting proper. And please, immediately after you have voted, go home.
Straight home.
Straight home. Don't play football on the street. Don't sit and gist with somebody in front of their shops, because those are even expected to be shot anyway. Anyway, go on there. Good morning, Idowu.
Hi, Ido.
Hello, Idowu.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Good to have you on the show. Go ahead and make your
I love to get, I thank God that I'm connected to you guys again.
Okay.
But I quickly want to comment on the issue of voters' education.
Okay.
All right.
Okay? And it's so unfortunate that all these politicians, because they will never cease to amuse me anyway, instead of spending such an huge amount of money to mount up their bill, printing posters that is even only 10% of those posters that make it part of the election. Yes, they prefer to spend huge amount of money on posters rather than spending this money on voter education.
Yes.
That's on the part of the political party anyway. Then let's talk about the INEC. You see, INEC, you will never believe that in most of the states, INEC will stay idle for nothing less than 6 months without having anything to do. And I wonder, during this period, is it bad for them to go to institutions, even private establishments, they can choose to go to schools, higher institutions, start people, let them know how to vote. You don't know when the election is near or when we are given 6 months extension. No. Whether there is election on ground or not, INEC can carry out a voter education. You understand? Yes. And the next thing I want to say about this INEC is that I don't know instead of this FIEC, this State Independent National Electoral Commission, although all of us know that there's nothing independent about FIEC. I wonder why INEC cannot take over this work yet. So instead of saying I do, for so long, about 6 months in most states, can they just take over this work, just an election in the state, so that at least they will not be saying I do, and we know that they will be very active in what they are doing.
Very good point, Ivy. Very, very good point. Very valid point, Ivy. Thank you so very much. I mean, Ishoma, we just couldn't really go, far again. We have loaded of information to pass across, to our listeners. But notwithstanding, your show is our show, and we will be back tomorrow morning. The same time, 9 a.m. is the time, and we appreciate you for your contribution, and we believe that you will join us tomorrow for another interesting episode. And do stay out of trouble.
Say no to violence and do not drink and drive. God bless you. Bye.